Hello and welcome to Gabie's Knit Goodies. I'm back on my front porch because this afternoon it is beautiful. We don't have a lot of humidity right now, which is not common for my area. Usually we have lots of humidity by this time of year. But it's a cool, relatively cool and humid-free day. So I thought we'd talk about whips, all of my whips. So hopefully this will be a quick episode talking about all of my summer knitting and a little bit of crochet as well. Actually a good amount of crochet. But first, let's see, I'll talk about this one. My name's Gabie. This is Gabie's Knit Goodies. You can find my hand-dyed yarn on Etsy at Gabie's Knit Goodies, and you can find all my projects that I post on Instagram at Gabie's Knit Goodies, and then my yarn has its own Instagram handle called GKG Yarn, where I just post yarn pictures of all of the yarn that I dye and package up for people. Okay, moving on to the knitting. My first summer knitting project, probably the first one I cast on in this bunch too, is the 05 side tank, tie side tank by Eleanor Alice Knits. And it is knit bottom up. You start in 2 pieces and then you join it in the round and keep going until you split for the underarms. And then you make little ties. So I've gotten a little bit farther than last episode on this one. I've had to start a new skein of yarn. Just wound it up and started it. So this is just peachy, and I'm knitting it's a fingering weight merino nylon. The pattern sample, I believe, is in a cotton yarn. I think it's a cotton yarn. Might be something like that. It's a plant fiber yarn. It has all over texture and is knit with very small needles. I think these are US 1.5, 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. Before I joined it in the round, it was a great just pick up like purse knitting because it was tiny. Now it's still not huge, but it's definitely bigger now that it's combined. So I am enjoying this. However, I think I'm almost at the side split, and so I kind of put it aside because I haven't had a chance to like sit down and figure out if I need to split for the sleeves or not yet. So it would be cropped if I split now, which it's, I think, supposed to be kind of cropped, and I think it would work cute over like dresses and stuff as like a cropped, almost like a vest. So I'm going to have to think about that one, and that's exactly why I put it aside, because it started to require thinking. All right, my next knitting project is something mindless, which is why it's gotten so much attention. And I'm in the middle of things here, it looks like. But this is the So Summer Shirt by Jessie Maed Designs. And hopefully you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So this is a bottom up, knitting around top. I did the folded hem, and I cast this on for a mindless knit to have during dance recitals, because there's like 2 days worth of dance recitals. And so I needed a mindless kind of knit in the dark kind of project. But it has a folded hem, like I said, which I think looks really nice. And then you knit up it. And so it has a little bit of shaping. I thought it was just boxy. But it has more shaping in the body than I realized. It's not complicated or anything. But I assumed, bad thing to do is assume, but I assumed that you cast on and you just knit straight because it's bottom up, and I was wrong. So I actually didn't do the pattern quite right, but I think it'll be fine. Decided not to rip it out because I had gotten like all the way up to here in it before I realized I had like not done the increases that I was supposed to do. I decided it was not worth ripping out, but it did change my stitch count. I think I started with like the second size maybe with it, first or second size, but now my stitch count is probably about the same as the smallest size because I didn't do the increases like I was supposed to. I realized that like shortly before the armhole split. So I started doing them then. A little late. But that's okay. I think it'll be fine. I mean, it still has positive ease in it and stuff. Alright, so you knit bottom up till you get to the armhole split. And then you knit back and forth for the front. And I'm trying not to let it fall off my needles here. And then once you split there at the neckline, it's a scoop neck, you knit each shoulder section separately, rounding that curve at the neckline, and then doing shoulder shaping with short rows here. It's pretty easy, but it does require looking at the pattern when you get to those sections there. And now I am on the back. I don't have a whole lot more to go. And now I'm at a mindless portion where I'm just knitting back and forth until it's long enough to do shoulder shaping, I think, and then it'll be joined at the shoulders. So this is knit out of Italian Cupro cotton, which hand dyed by me, Gabie Knit Goodies, and it's in speckled denim. And I really love how it's turning out. It's got kind of a silvery hue to it, as well as the blues, and it has little specks of brown and little bits of like yellow and pink every now and again, but it's overall blue with speckledy blue. Lighter blue with dark speckles, I guess. I really like it. I'm very excited about this. And it's got a lovely drape to it. I think it suits this pattern quite well. I am using her same recommended needle sizes, which I think is a 5. Actually, I might have gone down one. No, I think I'm using the same needle size she has in the pattern. Next time I'll get more details here. Yeah. Oh, so far I have only used one skein. This is the end of my first skein. And I think that I'm going to get the whole back out of this one skein. And sadly, I think I'm going to have to dip into the second skein just for the sleeves. So I'll have a good amount of that second skein left over. And they're 100 grams a piece. 464 yards, I think. Something like that. Yeah, it's so soft though. And it's like almost cool to the touch. And because her pattern is kind of a loose gauge, it will be very airy as well. So cotton at a loose gauge, yeah, I think it'll be a great summer knit to wear. So very excited about that. So surprisingly, that's all of the knitting I have, but I have some crochet. I have one semi-finished object and then one that's like 3/4 of the way. So this is a crochet bag that I made, and I think I had not assembled it at all, and it looked probably a little funny. But it turned out very cute. After I seamed up all the sides, I went around the top and did a scallop type edging with the crochet hook, which I think made it look really cute. Yeah, and you can see it's kind of got like a little box shaped bottom on it. And I held a worsted weight double. And I think the crochet hook was size like 10 and a half, something like that, or size 10. So it's fairly dense fabric. So it sits up by itself. So it makes kind of a nice basket, or I'm still thinking about putting straps on it to make it like a little purse. Maybe a button would be cute, but I like it. And my last whip, that one wasn't really a whip, but my last whip today is a crochet top for my daughter, like a bathing suit or tank top cover up, because it's nice and holey. So I did not use a pattern for this. I couldn't find a pattern that I liked for it, because it's kind of got that granny square stitch to it, but it's not like a granny square. I actually was inspired by Christy Glass Knits. She had made a white one for her daughter, and it was really cute, and my girl was like, I want one. So it's turning out very nicely. And it's kind of cropped, but kind of, it's straight sleeves, but they're going to look kind of almost bell-like on her. And so all I have to do is one more sleeve. Yay. I don't love the process of crocheting as much as knitting. I find knitting soothing, and I don't really find crochet as soothing. But it is fast, so that's been nice. I am on my second ball of yarn, and I'm hoping, I think it's my second ball, I'm hoping to complete this second sleeve with just what I have left over here. This is Pima Cotton, sky blue, that I hand dyed. I do have some of this left in my shop. It is a tonal, so you'll notice it has some highs and lows of that blue in there. You may not be able to see that much on the screen. It's not speckled or anything, it's just kind of got highs and lows of the blue color. It's so cute. I can't wait to see her wear it. It almost fits me. It would be extremely cropped on me though. But for a bathing suit cover up, or even for like a dress, put on top of a dress, it could be pretty cute. I might have to steal it. She's much thinner than me, but now she's almost as tall as I am. Like our arms are similar length. So it would just be less wide on me. I think it could work. She wouldn't be happy to hear that though. Construction, if you're interested, I started at the bottom and I knitted in two pieces, a front piece and a back piece, and I just cast on however many I thought was appropriate. I'm using a US 7 hook, and then to get that grainy kind of stitch started here, I did, oh, and then I went back over it with single crochet to have, because I didn't want just a single, like a chain at the bottom. So I went back over it one row with single crochet, and then I would skip one stitch, and then I do a double crochet in the next like 3 stitches, and then skip and then double crochet. And then the regular pattern is just the 3 double crochets in the gap, and then 1 chain. So it's very, very easy. So I just kind of made it up from there. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys are enjoying the weather wherever you are, and I hope that you are getting to craft, whether it be yarn or sewing or paint, or whatever it is you do. I hope that you're making something, and I hope it makes you happy. Bye.